Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I would like to tell us about Western philosophy of politics. In my point of view, the philosophy of Western society is the first philosophy, second politic, politic policy, and in fact philosophy and policy is one general sense, common sense, and it's talk about truth. I think all my lectures will in English. It's so important for me and so good in our globalization, in our global world. So, philosophy of Western society is a philosophy of postmodern world. Its relative values and equality of this philosophy to policy is equality of relative and nonsense value of life. What is the relative policy? What is the world power, global power? The world global power is a relative in postmodern world. In fact, we have the place of so relative field and no comfortable situation. Relative in policy, no relative as a sense. It's a relative as a understandable that policy one in the highest stage, another in the middle stage, another in the down stage. Elites and population and our self structures, this is another structures, and my general consequence, the policy is relative as no model of atom, of quant, of holistical understandable of policy. The many more point, the much political areas think in your self senses and no holistical model of development. And philosophy of postmodern world, it's this real aim have. However, we need new paradigm, and we live in future, in new world, in new measure of life, and I want to say that in this situation philosophy of our world, no postmodern world philosophy, no postmodern world policy, it's, I said, is a past of our society. The real listener is understood this truth, this right way. In fact, we live in another society, no postmodern, no modern society. And in what is a society which we have as a living society? We live in secular and absolutely postmodern, absolutely relative values and valuables. We live in absolutely relatives opinions, and precisely our general and common sense to understand that in this society relative policy is a policy of no think, no do, no understand, no abilities, no consequences, no consciousness. It's super relative society, super relative philosophy, super relative policy. And in this situation, the meta-historical way of reality, the meta-historical way of future is a elites, traditional elites or financial elites or global establishment to the establishing of reality of society is a absolutely relative society, because our establishers is a man and woman, the people, only rich, and this population have one great consciousness. It's now understandable what is happened around the world, and do any ways of development. Therefore, the population of elites, small population, to distract, in my point of view, only my point of view, to distract reality, to distract our earth senses and resources and financial and dollar system and euro system and politicals also, as well as in history the worse do the black deals. And now is a relative thought of reality. Exactly. And philosophy, who is leaders of this philosophy in the Western society? The leaders of this philosophy in the Western society is a last philosophers, anything philosophers, it's Chomsky, it's Habermas, it's Zizek, it's any philosophers, it's Claude Levy, and there are any opinions, any measures, any points of view. In my point, it's dissemination, it's entropy, it's no development, and political systems is developing in this scenario as well. And for good, for society, we need only one. For good future, for good enter in this destruction situation, in this destruction consciousness, in this destruction sense, precisely only one way, right way of religion of Islam as exclusive religion. Islam as exclusive religion is exclusive one way to save for suffering, tortures, and no happy existence. In my point, we need this society, religion society, and Islam is a great religion for a modern world. It's a big religion. It's in Europe, in Great Britain, in Italy as well, in Germany, Turkish society, and Gemeinde, and its real contingent. But we need philosophy and policy of Islam as not postmodern and absolutely super duper postmodern philosophy which we have now. This Islam we haven't. We know knowledge of this kind of Islam, and our religion necessary to be more real, more comfortable, more exclusive, more nice. And Quran and transcription of Quran and sole government of political and philosophical seriously concept, do it seriously against not seriously. It's two great systems. I think if we don't have this society, seriously Islam society, we maybe just to understanding in what society we live, and we need do goodness, do love, do helpness, war with illness, and to helping with to our people, our friends. It's a great banal system of concentration in reality, but in seriously stage it's another way, it's our dream. I think about policy around the world, in the West, in the East, I is understanding, and my short talk is ending. Thank you so much for attention.